Hello again. I've got the bit rate turned back down to 100, so the video quality is going to be really, really bad. It's going to be blocky. So audio only, pretty much. It's raining. I'm in Paris, Tennessee. Oh my God. So I did a video yesterday, but like 6 minutes into the video, um, I got interrupted, and I didn't bother remaking the video. I didn't want to put up like half a video where I was cut off mid sentence. Um, I can't even remember the last time I uploaded a video. What the hell? Where I left off. Um, so I got a load over the. I got assigned the truck. I had my 3 day weekend, kind of, and I got assigned a load that picked up at the latest by 8 a.m. Monday morning, and it had to be delivered at the latest by like 5 o'clock Monday afternoon or something like that. Um, it had a big pickup window and a big delivery window. Um, Basically, it was toward the end of the window. I could have picked it up and delivered it Friday, when I started my 3 day weekend, but it wasn't assigned to me until Sunday, I think, or Saturday. But I didn't want to really like. Okay, so I slept in a bit on Sunday before. I must have been Sunday that I got the load, and I had to go pick it up by 8 a.m. at the latest. So I had to be there. I was probably going to get up at about 4 a.m. So I could make sure I was there at least a couple hours early. And since I was just so like hyped up and everything that, and I woke up so late in the day that I was just like, I'm just gonna do it early. I'm gonna leave Sunday night because I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep between then and the time I have to do the load. It was only like 350 miles. It was from Oklahoma City, just like 12 miles away from my house. Some bottled water place, and I took it to a Walmart distribution center about 40 miles south of Kansas City. Um, I was really tired when I got there, and I only slept for a couple of hours. And I started getting phone calls, and because I called about the direct TV in the truck, it hadn't been turned on in so long that they had to send a refresh signal. So I called to have that done like on Friday while I was on my weekend, and they only I called Friday night at like 8 p.m. or something, or it might have been Saturday, and I left a voicemail because they're only open Monday through Friday 8 to 5. Well, they called me at like 9 o'clock in the morning, about 2 hours after I fell asleep, about the DirecTV thing. So I sat there and troubleshot the DirecTV thing for 30 minutes with that guy. And then I had to call safety, and I had to call my driver manager. I had to call like three or four different people um, Monday morning, because um, like USA Truck, the drivers are 24/7, but all the office people are 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. There are after hours people, but they are very limited in what they can do. And the after hours people are mainly just dispatchers and breakdown. Breakdown is pretty much 24/7. They can do anything 24/7, but the after hours dispatchers are limited in what they can do. And safety and fuel and everybody else, they don't work outside 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. But my fuel card didn't work. It wasn't set to the right truck number, so I couldn't get fuel. I had to wait until they were open Monday to call them. And then safety, what was the deal with safety? Oh, when I picked up the truck, the electronic logging device tried to assign all the logs that weren't assigned to anyone to me, and I said skip, and it said if you press skip, it'll, they'll vanish. And even though I press skip, it still assigned some logs to me. And I went back and forth probably 5 different phone calls with safety trying to get that log situation sorted. It never got sorted on Monday. I just got that fixed today, just like right before I started making this video. In a little hole in the wall gas station in Paris, Tennessee. So I was on the phone all damn day Monday. I only slept for a couple hours, and I went ahead and went into the Loves and bought a refrigerator, a CB, and a trucker headset. A Blue Parrot headset. Right there it is. As I was walking out there with that huge box, with the box that the CB was in, and then a bag with the Blue Parrot headset, everybody was looking at me, and I just wanted to say, yeah, I just bought the Super Trucker Starter Pack. But I wasn't able to get the fridge that I wanted. The dimensions didn't match up. Apparently the newer Kenworths have a different size refrigerator place than the older Kenworth that I have. But the fridge that I got is going to work out decent. I haven't bothered to unbox the CB. I've just been like so busy. I've been spending so much time on the phone with dispatchers. Like, okay, so they're not dispatching me. I'm having to call them and have a request that they give me a dispatch me a load. And then whenever they do give me a load, they'll send me a pre-plan and I'll accept it, and then it won't go to the next stage. It won't actually assign the load to me, so I have to call them again to get it assigned to me. And then whenever I do the fuel thing to start the trip, it won't go to the next stage. So it's not going to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage like it's supposed to. So I'm having to constantly call dispatch to get them to push it to the next stage. And then I'm calling safety because of, logging issues all the time. Some of those are my fault. Most of them are not my fault. And then I only had to call the fuel people one time because my card wasn't set to the appropriate truck. And breakdown. I've had to call breakdown several times. I am never reporting anything on an inspection report again because breakdown makes it an absolute hassle to do anything once that's done. And it's just frustrating. So after south of Kansas City, I drove. Where the hell did I go to pick up this load? I went to Springfield, Missouri, I think. Yeah, Springfield, Missouri. I went from south of Kansas City, about 40 miles, Harrisonville, I think was the town name, to Springfield, Missouri. And I picked up a truckload of spices, I think it was. And I took that to where I'm at right now, to Paris, Tennessee. Now, I just plugged in Paris, Tennessee into Google Maps, and the directions that Google Maps was giving me to get here it lined up pretty much with the directions that I was getting from my my fuel route. So I was like, all right, I'll just go with Google Maps. Well, it was very, very close, but it wasn't exactly the same. And Google took me through some sketchy places, like some places where I thought I was going to have to turn around. I didn't know if I could make the turns. Like, I'm talking about skinny 2-lane roads with no shoulder, and it's just a steep drop off on every side of every road. It's like a raised road, and there's almost no room for me to make the turn. And really, really steep up and down stuff where I was like rubbing the bottom of the trailer and stuff. Like, it was really bad. But I saw other trucks traveling on those roads. So I was like, man, am I on a road I'm not supposed to be on? And then a truck would pass me going the other direction. I'd be like, damn. I also went over some bridges that looked like they were 100 years old. And the weight limit on them was 37 tons. And I was over that weight limit by like 1,000 pounds. I was 75,000 pounds. And 37 tons is 74,000 pounds. But I just went with it. I rolled with it. I didn't fall through the bridge or anything. But I probably would have gotten a ticket because the weight isn't so much about the carrying capacity of the bridge. It's damage to the bridge. So if you're overweight for the bridge, you can cause damage. But so now... okay, this is what I was worried about with going to USA Truck, and it's the reason that I chose regional, and they told me that I would be a South regional person. I don't want to go up into the fucking Northeast, like New York. This is my third load, and they just gave me a load picking up in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and going to Rochester, New York. I don't want to fucking go to New York. I'm pissed off, but I don't want to rustle anybody's feathers over this. So I don't know what I'm going to do. If this starts becoming a normal thing where they're sending me up into the deep Northeast, Connecticut, New York, and shit like that, I'm going to raise hell. I don't want to go up into that shit. It's one of the reasons that I chose USA Truck, was because they said that they had regional and I would be a South regional person, and they said that they wouldn't get me more than approximately 1,000 miles away from my house. So they've lied to me about so much shit. And when I met my driver manager, she said that there's no such thing as regional with USA Truck. It's over the road and dedicated. That's it. So I'm a little salty. But so what happened this morning was, because of the sketch route that Google Maps took me on, I was driving about 25 to 30 miles an hour across those really, really, really bad roads. So it took an hour or two longer than I anticipated, and it ran me out of my hours. Now, I had enough hours to get to the destination, but I didn't really have many hours to play with after that. And I wasn't able to... I thought I was going to be able to get sleep for 2 or 3 hours. I basically got there an hour before they opened, and I didn't know that they weren't going to be open. I thought I might be able to get unloaded immediately, but I got there about an hour and a half before they opened. So I slept for an hour, and they were able to unload me really quick, but I was out of hours at that point. So I had to use something called personal conveyance to get to this gas station. And this stupid truck has really aggressive fuel saving features. It won't let you idle it for more than 1 minute. As soon as this thing starts idling, it starts a 1 minute countdown and it'll just shut off on you. Well, whenever you switch to personal conveyance, you have to type in a reason. And so basically, I switched to personal conveyance, and just as I switched to it, the truck died. So I started it back up, and I started driving, and then it automatically triggered me into driving. What the thing is whenever the truck turns off, it forgets any kind of exemption states that you're in. So you have to put yourself back into those. But because the idle shutoff is so aggressive, it's really frustrating because you're like, the thing is constantly turning off. So you lose track of stuff like being in personal conveyance. So I saw the message pop up immediately saying that I was in a driving state, and I went, oh crap, I was over my hours. So it was an hours of service violation when it did that. So I immediately stopped the truck, switched back over to personal conveyance, drove over here to the gas station, and then I called safety to get them to edit my logs. And it triggered as a malfunction event, so they were able to edit it. But I had to call them twice and spend about 20 minutes on the phone with them, 20 to 30 minutes. So, yeah. I need to go to bed. And I have a couple of maintenance issues with the truck that I need to get fixed. It's frustrating. Oh, there goes my APU. It just turned on. Yeah, there's just a lot of frustrating stuff right now. New York might not be too bad since, basically everybody's in lockdown and nobody's supposed to be out driving around or doing anything, so traffic may not be horrendous. But the roads up in that area through Pennsylvania and everything are crap. And a lot of the rest areas and truck stops and stuff like that are being shut down in those areas. So it's really tough to find parking up in the Northeast right now. I am not wanting to go up there. That's where all the money's at, because nobody likes driving in the Northeast. And there's a ton of manufacturing up in there, and there's a ton of people up in there that need shit. So that's where all the money's at, and people don't like driving there, so companies like USA Trucks send their drivers there. That's the direction I've been going since I got my very first dispatch. I don't fucking like going deep into the Northeast. I'm not gonna push any buttons right now. I'm not gonna throw a temper tantrum or even just make the suggestion that, hey, I don't like going to the Northeast right now. I'm going to wait until next week, see if they do the same thing to me next week, and if they do, then I'll say something. But they better get me straight back down out of the Northeast, and they better not give me any damn short runs. The last over-the-road, well, not the last over-the-road. The last over-the-road company I drove for was decent, but the first over-the-road company I started with, Swift, they did exactly what USA Truck is doing to me right now. As soon as I got into the truck, they drove me to the Northeast. They just kept giving me loads until they got me in the Northeast. And then once they got me in the Northeast, I just drove around doing like 75-mile trips all the time. And I was getting like 1,000 miles a week or something. I was like a local driver, but I wasn't getting paid hourly. I was still getting paid by the mile as a local driver. I was making nothing. We'll see if USA Truck screws me over. I'm pessimistic, but I'm not gonna push the issue quite yet. I'm gonna wait another week. But I'm really tired, but at the same time, my adrenaline's going right now, so I can't sleep. I need to go to sleep pretty soon, though, because I've got to be in Bowling Green by 8 p.m. tonight at the latest. And I think I can drive again. Okay, so my restoration right now is right at 3 hours, and it's 9 a.m., so I need 7 more hours after 9 a.m. I'm so tired I can't even math right now. So 9 to noon would be 3 hours. So 4 p.m. Approximately 4 p.m. is when I'm going to be able to drive. And I don't know if I'm in East time zone right now or if I'm still in Central. And I don't know if Bowling Green is in East, so I might lose an hour. Whatever it is, I'm going to take off as soon as I can at like 4 o'clock and get rolling and see what New York's all about. I've never, ever been to New York State. I've been to Pennsylvania. I've been to Rhode Island. I've been to New Jersey, southern New Jersey, the country area. I've never been to the city of New Jersey. And I've never been to New York State at all. I heard that outside of New York City, over there, in the west side of New York, where I'm going to be going, I heard it's fairly rural, and it's really not that bad. It's just a ton of toll roads up in the Northeast, but I should have I have Easy Pass and Best Pass, which should cover me for all of the toll roads. I can go through the bypass, Pike Pass type lanes, and the company's going to pay for all that crap. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to try to go to sleep and hopefully get some sleep. Everything I'm doing is so stressful, and I have so many things going on that I'm not sleeping well, because I'm thinking about so many things. I'm so worried about so many things. Like right now, I'm thinking, how in the hell am I going to get this air leak fixed? I want to get it fixed as soon as possible. But at the same time, now I have to be in New York. Not tomorrow, but the day after by 8 a.m. And it's like 800 miles. No. How many miles is it? Total. I have 200 and something empty miles, and let me see. So it's 100. What? They're only paying me 165 empty miles. When I looked it up on Google Maps, it was like 223 miles. And the loaded miles are 707. I'm going to have to say something about that. Where the hell do they have me? Origin. Bowling Green. And it's March 26th. It is Is it a live? Yeah. Looks like it's a live unload, and it's a really hard appointment. It's at 5 a.m. So March 26th at 5 a.m. Should be pretty easy to do. So it's 700. It's like a 1,000-mile trip. 707 plus 165. 165 deadhead. I think it's actually 220 something deadhead. I'll have to look up this address again. Anyway, that's it for this video. I apologize. I am so tired. But like, have you ever like been awake for like 36 hours, but you have a second wind? Your brain's not fully operational, but you feel wide awake. That's where I'm at right now, because I've only been getting like 2 hours of sleep per day since I've been driving the truck. It's really comfortable in here. It's just that it's not a comfort issue like it was when I was in the training truck. The training truck was a comfort issue, a major comfort issue. Now it's a stress issue. I just have so many things I'm thinking about that I can't sleep. And anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Thanks. Bye.